Crown Zenith, a crowning achievement in the Pokemon trading card game, one of my favorite sets of the past 2 years. And are the cards in the set going up in price? Are the sealed product going up in price? Let's take a look at the prices from Crown Zenith. Welcome back to the channel. This is VMAT. I hope you enjoy my videos. If you do, please leave a like down below. It really goes a long way. It helps this video go into the algorithm. It gets more eyeballs onto the channel, and I will always be grateful when you guys do that. So let's talk about Crown Zenith today. Last time I talked about 151, and then I also talked about rainbow cards, but I wanted to talk about Crown Zenith, not just because I love this set, but because it's actually having some interesting price movements in the marketplace right now, especially on the sealed product. We're going to take a look at the sealed product, then we're also going to look at the Galarian Gallery cards. Now, first let's look at the most expensive sealed product that is released for Crown Zenith, and that is the Crown Zenith Pokémon Center exclusive trainer box. Now, it's sitting at $121.37. Currently, 3 months ago, sitting at $120.12. Then it dropped to its lowest point middle of September, September 10th to September 12th at about $117.25. Next up here is the Premium Figure Collection Shiny Zacian. Now, it's currently sitting at $59.04 and has been going on the rise for the past 3 months. 3 months ago, sitting at $51.33, and that was its lowest point. It really has been almost on a straight upward trajectory. It did have a little bit of a dip from September 19th all the way to about September 27th, but it's been rising ever since. Next up here is the Figure Collection Shiny Zamazenta. Now, this one had a very similar price movement. It's sitting at $54.84 right now, and actually was sitting at $50.72 3 months ago. Its highest point was $55.40 from October 16th to October 18th. Next up here is the regular Elite Trainer box. Hasn't really fared as well as the last 3 ones that I showed you. 3 months ago, it was sitting at $60.79. Its highest point was $64.97, and that was around mid-August, and is now sitting at $51.16. Next up here is the Pikachu VMAX Special Collection. I love this product, probably my favorite from the entire Crown Zenith selection. 3 months ago, it was sitting at $23.12 and has since skyrocketed all the way to $27.17 in the past 3 months. Next up here is the Regidrago V Crown Zenith box. Now, this one actually has been on the decline, really. 3 months ago, sitting at $29.35, and now is sitting at $27.16. Next here is the Morpeko V Union Premium Treasures Collection box. Now, it pretty much just only went down, but it was released a little bit later on. Beginning of October, sitting at $51.90, and is now sitting at $26.16. Next up is the Crown Zenith Galarian Moltres. This one has also been on the rise in the past 3 months, starting at $22.15 at the beginning of August, and is now sitting at $25.40. Next up is the Morpeko V Union Playmat Premium Collection, one of my favorites from this entire wave. There's a ton of product though on the market for this, probably one of the most overprinted products in Crown Zenith. It's sitting at $25.32 3 months ago, and then it cratered at its lowest point from September 19th to September 21st at $23.91. It's now currently sitting at $24.22. Next up here is the Galarian Articuno, and this one actually had some interesting price movements. 3 months ago, starting at $23.25, and then it cratered all the way down to $22.58 from September 19th to 21st, and is now currently sitting at $23.39. Now we have the Galarian Zapdos, my favorite out of the legendary birds. 3 months ago, $22.75, then it hit its highest point at $22.84, then it hit its lowest point at about $22.57, and is now currently sitting at $22.83. Now we have the Crown Zenith Regieleki V box. Now this one is currently sitting at $21.13, which is not quite its lowest point, but it definitely has had some softening on the market. $21.13 was its price at the beginning of August. Its lowest point was $21.02. Next up here is Giratina V-Star, and this is the secret rare from Crown Zenith. This is the first of the Galarian Galleries that I'm actually going to show you guys today. Right now, it is sitting at $73.46, but at one point, this was over $100, you have to remember. 3 months ago, sitting at $86.55, then it dropped about $79.59, then went to its highest point in the past 3 months at $90.52 from September 7th to the 9th, is now sitting at $73.46. Next up here is the Arceus V-Star, another gold card. It is currently sitting at $59.80, but 3 months ago, it started off at about $66.02, and its highest point was $70.50. $58.57. Its lowest point was from October 7th and 9th at about $58.53. Next Galarian Gallery gold card here is the Origin Form Dialga. Now this one has had some peaks and valleys for sure. Started off at about $37.93 3 months ago, and then kind of hit a low point and then went back up to about $37.70. Its lowest point, however, was October 13th to 15th at about $31.94, and has actually been on the rise for the past 2.5 weeks to $35.51. Next up here is the Origin Form Palkia. This one is sitting at $33.83 currently. Very similar movement to the last card we just saw. Beginning of the month, from August, it was sitting at $38.56, its lowest point from October 1st to October 3rd at $32.87. Next up here is the Mewtwo V-Star. I love this. This is the opposite artwork from the Charizard V-Star from the Ultra Premium Collection, I should say. This is the point of view of Mew. It's actually really cool. I love this card. Probably my favorite single card from Crown Zenith. Now, at the beginning of August, it was sitting at $55.23. Its highest point in the past 3 months was September 4th to 6th from $59.79. It is now currently sitting at $45.60, so honestly, might be a good time to pick this card up. I don't know if it's going to go much lower than this, considering how gorgeous the card is and also how rare it is. Next up here is Leafeon V-Star from Crown Zenith. This card actually has been on the rise, surprisingly. A lot of the singles have not done as well as the sealed product, as you guys will see. Beginning of August, sitting at $20.94. Its highest point was $24.46 from October 7th and 9th, and is now sitting at $23.72. Next is the Glaceon V-Star. 3 months ago, sitting at $19.11. Its lowest point was August 8th to 10th from $17.37, and it went all the way up to $19.11. Next up here is Raikou V, and this is another Galarian Gallery card, currently sitting at $18.05. 3 months ago, sitting at $16.86. Its lowest point was August 8th to 10th, and it was sitting at $16.03. Next up is Arita, and this is a Galarian Gallery card here, a full art trainer, currently sitting at $16.41. 3 months ago, sitting at $17.76, so a little bit higher, but its lowest point was mid-October at $15.75. And our last card we're going to look at here is Suicune V, currently sitting at $16.42 for its market price 3 months ago. 3 months ago, it was sitting at $17.35. Its lowest point was actually the middle of September, sitting at $14.66. Now, I want your guys' opinions on Crown Zenith. Do you like the set? Do you like the singles from the set? Are you actually holding on to any of the sealed products as an investment? Or are you just cracking stuff open for the beautiful singles, which there are a ton of? I love the Galarian Gallery for Crown Zenith. Some of the best artworks from the Sword and Shield era, just unbelievable. It was a great way to actually end the Sword and Shield era with some of the product just kind of being slowly dripped out. It was a very interesting release for Pokemon, but nevertheless, I really love Crown Zenith, and I want to know your thoughts as well down below in the comment section. With that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.